Hey, user. I'm okay, Farron. How are you yourself? Good. You having a good week? Off to work. Okay, well, each to their own. Trying to get this correct. Get the full chart and everything else on. That's close enough. I think I'll stop fidgeting around with that now. Okay, guys. Welcome to Day Trading with Tony. On today's show, we're going to show you how to lose 10k before lunch. Hopefully not. Guys on TikTok, do me a solid and just tap the screen 10 times, would you? There's nothing at all worth watching at the moment, Captain. Not that I can see, at least. I mean, I've got top ships, which is what I've got on the screen right now, is up at 370s. It was the result of a reverse stock split, but it does have some movement as well. So, I mean, it's not actually up like as much as it looks like. Good stuff. Oh, scanners, nothing really moving on any kind of volume. But like I say, top ships, that's moving sideways. Yeah, I think Sonics is a smaller stock. It's below my floor, so I won't be trading it. But again, this one's up slightly. It's 43% on the day. He's up slightly. I was looking at Snow-like resources, but it's below the VWAP now. It moved up nicely, and then it's retraced most of its gains. Well, this is only up like 14%. Yeah, it could. It might. It's got decent catalysts, so it might move. Just needs volume. There's no volume there at the moment. What else was I looking at? Yesterday's movers, Spro is holding above $2. It moved up from just under $1 yesterday in pre-market, all the way up to over $3. So it's holding a lot of its gains. It's below the VWAP, so I wouldn't recommend that anybody do your own thing, do your own due diligence. But I would recommend anybody going long on this unless it gets back above the VWAP. That's just me. Then we've got Cano Health that moved into. So if you were on the Power Hour stream, you would have seen this pop up yesterday into the close. We managed to get nearly $700 on this yesterday on that move. It's held most of its gains. So this is Cano Health on the rumors of an acquisition. So it's held most of its gains. Now the question is, will there be an acquisition or is it just rumors? Let's find out. Tilray, I'll take a look at it for you, James. Well, Tilray down at 272s. Oh, this is not looking very strong at all. This has been selling off for a while now. The thing is with Tilray is that, they're a cannabis. If I'm not mistaken, these are one of the cannabis stocks, and as more and more countries legalize, as more and more states legalize, that sector is going to be continue to be more bullish, and I would say that sector has got big futures ahead. Tilray is as a leading member of that sector. I think long term it should come good. It's a small penny stock. I say low priced stock, and it's low priced for a reason. But I'm bullish on the sector. I'm just not holding anything in that sector. That's the problem with it. And right now, could it come back? Yes, it could. Well, it needs a good catalyst. It doesn't have one right now. There's no volume. There's nobody trading it. It's looking weak. So right now, it's looking closer to a short than it is to a long. But even so, it's got no volume, so I just wouldn't trade it intraday. There's nobody trading it. Wondering what that snoring is. It isn't me. It is the chow chow. It's the dog. Now I know how all of my ex-girlfriends felt. Trying to sleep with a snoring beast in the room. I would say snoring hairy beast, but I'm not that hairy. We're just waiting for a good setup now. I don't mind waiting pre-market. What is the S&P 500 doing? That's a good question that nobody's asked me. So what the S&P 500, if you look at it on the 15-minute chart here, you can see we had this huge drop. It's been dropping pretty much all week since the announcement. Let's look at it on the 60-minute. You can see even better. So we had the announcements earlier in the week. Had sell off. We had a bit of a bounce, then sell off there. It's just been doing nothing but selling. I think this was the CPI data last week, and it's just sold off ever since. This is the 60-minute chart. So the markets we had a little bit of a bounce, but the consolidation, but they're just looking very weak at the moment. We've broken lows and we're breaking lows. Look at this on the daily. We're down here at 369. So the last time we were below 370, we've had 2 days this year where we've been below 370, and that was back in July. So July we went as low as 364. We're currently 369. That was on July the no, June, sorry, June the 6th, 15th of June, and then again on June the 17th. So June the 17th is the annual low at the moment, which is 362. So a 369. So if it on the SPY, if that dropped, had a big drop today, we could see annual lows. What I don't think is that we'll see it today, but there is a potential that if it continues to sell off, we could see annual lows, low of 2022 this next coming week. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking there, Jack. June lows to be revisited. Would not surprise me. Yes, there's a lot of book club sites. I mean, Google is your friend to learn about trading. But you know, I teach trading. I've got my own trading course. So you know, check it out in the link tree, and I'll be happy to teach you. Well, let's have a quick look at it. It's on the list, but it's not great volume from what I can see. So this is let's look at it on the 1 minute. Okay, so what we've got here is yeah, it's just lacking volume. It's downwards trending. It's underneath the VWAP. I wouldn't go long on this until it gets above the. If this gets above 13 again, 12.50, 13, then yeah, I might be interested in going long. As long as it's selling off and below the VWAP, I'm not interested in this. But more importantly, it needs volume. Without the volume, there's no trade. Right now, we've got 289,000 shares traded. That's it. Get it above the VWAP, and then with volume. I mean, it moved up after hours yesterday, and it's pretty much retraced all of its gains almost. Yeah, we'll keep it on the side chart, Captain. Thank goodness we've got a lot of likes. Matt's not even on the stream yet. Not even in the chat. Spro curling back up again. Moved big time yesterday, Spro. It's still below the VWAP. So again, once again, what I say is, particularly on low volume, low liquidity markets like we've got at the moment in pre-market, the VWAP is very powerful. It's a good intraday trend indicator. So if you're going to go a lot, as a rule of thumb, I would advise don't take a long position on a stock that's below the VWAP, because it's actually trending downwards. Now, there are exceptions to that rule, but as a general rule of thumb, it's good practice not to take a long position on something that's trading below the VWAP. Now, it may be trading below the VWAP and ranging sideways, in which case, probably not a good time to take a long position anyway. If it's above the VWAP and the VWAP's inclined anyway, and it's exhibiting an upwards trend, then yeah, by all means take a long position, even if it's lower than the volume that you really want, but still good relative volume. Relative volume is key rather than actual volume. Yeah, traders can be watching it all they want, but the reliability of the breakouts, the reliability of the moves is less when you've got a low liquidity market. That's why people lose a lot more, and I'm no different. I lose more in pre-market than I would after the bell, and it's usually because they're getting faked out. You're more prone to getting a fake out in pre-market, and more importantly than that is that not only will you get faked out pre-market, if you get some kind of algorithmic flush, there's no stop losses will work or execute. There's no volatility halts as a safety net. So it's essentially you're at the mercy of your quick reflexes to get out of a position. Yeah, there's not a lot moving at the moment, and what is moving is on low volume. So the importance of patience is particularly in pre-market. Don't take a boredom trade. Wait for a setup on good volume. You want a good setup that's got a high percentage chance of a breakout, but it needs to be on good volume. Just be patient for it. I'm the worst one to say that because my patience, I'm probably one of the least patient, certainly in terms of trading. And this always, well, not always, but certainly lately, the last 2-3 months, probably since the mid-July, I've ended up digging myself a little red hole I've had to trade the rest of the day out of. And that's not good trading practice. You be patient, you wait for the setup, then you get green and you stay green. You don't have to be digging yourself out of a little red hole throughout the rest of the day just to break even and then move on. Just think of it this way: if you're patient and you skip those fake outs and those crappy trades, those B plus setups as opposed to the A plus setups, you skip those trades and wait for something that's going to break out and it's going to give you the range that you need to take a profit. If you just be patient and wait, instead of that, let's say you go down $300. Instead of going down $300, you be patient, and then you don't have to make up that $300. That $300 that you would have had to make up is on top of your profits instead of getting you to break even. So just be patient. Unfortunately, well, I say unfortunately or fortunately, yes, Captain. And once you're on the course, you've got the Discord for life. So think of it this way: you could be paying to join the Discord and you get the course for free, or you pay to join the course and get the Discord for free, whichever way suits you better. But yeah. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Well, there's no pressure. Just no movement at all on the markets at the moment. Tops moving down again. We've got tops. Hey Alistair, how you doing? Hey Pat. Well, we keep the one of the reasons we keep it private is we want to try and keep the community relatively, grow the community, yes, but with the right people, with the keeping it, growing it slowly and keeping it small means that everybody's got the same goal. Everybody wants to learn to trade and be better at the trading. If we just opened it up to anybody and everyone, would get all the kind of idiots that you get in the Wall Street Bets Discord or whatever, and it's most of. I mean, I was in that Wall Street Bets Discord, and it's mostly spam than actual useful content that you get in there anyway. Patience, Fuzzy. Be patient. Wait for the right setups. As you know, I managed to not only claw back the gains I made to start off with, the losses I made to start off with, but almost, not quite, almost double daily goal is what we finished on yesterday. So just shy of $10,000. So a good day in the end. After a bit of a crappy start. And I was annoyed with myself the way I was trading to start off with. The first trade that went against me, I was okay with because the entry was on point. I just got faked out. But the next couple, it was like just bad judgment, especially with Cassava. There was no way I should have lost any money on Cassava yesterday, and going red on it first before finally going green was. I don't know how that happened. Not really. Was just talking about this tournament. Right now, I would say no. If you're thinking about going long on it, I would say no. It popped up nicely, but it wasn't on great volume. It did pop up with some reasonable volume. About 6, just coming up to 7 o'clock. It moved up nicely, and then it's retraced pretty much all those gains. It's I was looking at this myself, but it's below the VWAP and it's very low volume. So wait for good volume. Wait for the volume to come in. Probably there's not going to be much moving until the bell. But Snow Lake, right now, trading under the VWAP, I wouldn't take a long position until it gets over the VWAP. That's my opinion. That's me. But there you go. Yes, I do, Captain, and we have a whole section on the course, but we also the course doesn't so much do that in configuration setup on DAS on the course, but I do that in the Discord. I've got a section on the Discord for Dash Trader where all my desktop files and hot button files and all this kind of stuff, hot button, hotkeys, that kind of stuff. So because the course is more generic in terms of a cross-platform, I don't want to limit it to you can only learn how to trade if you use Dash Trader. So you can use the principles and the strategies with pretty much any trading platform, and that way, when it comes to actually talking about Dash Trader, that's what I'll do that in the Discord for the people that are using Dash Trader. People are using Sterling Trader, I'll talk to them about Sterling Trader. People are using interactive brokers and Trader Workstation, we talk about Trader Workstation. So because each platform, it has its foibles, and Sterling's a great platform. I like Sterling. I prefer Dash Trader, but I do like Sterling. Oh, Miyako's treat. Yeah, that's what you're right there, aren't you? You're right there. Come in. Come in, I won't stand up. You can stand up. Come on. Here you go. You don't want it? No? No, you're not having it unless you're going to be thick. Are you being lazy? Stop being lazy. Get up. Come in. Matt's nearly broke his fingers on that screen. Come in. Come here. Gotta do tricks. You're my dancing bear. Come on. Come on. Want it? Wake up. I've woke you up for this. Come on. Eat it. Oh, you will yawn. Come on then. Want it? Oh, you go on. Right, go on, one lie down and go back to sleep, you lazy bear. Yeah, I mean that's handy. If you particularly because if you've got your hotkeys set up for stops at certain levels, like 10 cents, 20 cents, 50 cents, that kind of thing. If you find yourself with a particularly volatile stock and your hotkeys that you've got set up don't suit, then being able to manually move your stop losses it helps. Well, let's have a look at Ampx right now because it is down at the moment. Got it on the small screen so you can see. It's on low volume at the moment, so I'm just keeping an eye on it. It had a good day yesterday. I'm keeping an eye on it. It's down at the moment at like 1086, but it's on low volume. It needs more volume. There's nobody trading it right now. If people continue to trade it, then great. Otherwise, it's we've just got to wait. It won't see 13 on this kind of volume. That's all I'm saying. It needs more volume. Cano health seems to be moving again. Have a quick look at that. That green. Below the VWAP just yet. So wait for it to. Just patience, guys. I think this is the big thing. Patience. Now what I did wake up to this morning, which was nice, was one of the 4 crypto holdings that I have was tidily in profit. Or nicely in profit. So XRP finally made a move up. I'm currently just over 14% up on my XRP holding. My average is 42.5 cents. So yeah, I'm doing nicely on XRP. Everything else is heavily down. Well, actually, my Cardano's only 15% down, but my Bitcoin and Ethereum are pretty much the same, with about 37% down from my average. So, it'd be nice for them to move back up. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of people on YouTube that are just voyeurs. If you're enjoying the stream on YouTube, just make sure you hit the thumbs up button, guys. Have I thought of using a Stream Deck instead of the keyboard? No, I haven't. Quite simply. Oh, let's get rid of that. Ethereum is suffering at the moment. When you think that we had that whole furore about the Ethereum merge, it's down at $1,300. So, what a bit of a damp squib that is. Bitcoin's under 19k now as well. So the only thing that's going against the grain there is XRP, and long may it continue. Just hope the rest will join it at some stage. Yeah, well, we sometimes get some news dropped at the bottom of the hour, which is about now. So, you know, top of the hour, bottom of the hour. Hopefully, we'll get something. What I don't like seeing is when you've got a whole bunch of ETFs on your top gappers. It's like the ETFs are moving up because the stocks aren't. It's inverse ETFs and things like that. Just looking through some of these ETFs, oil and gas seems to be the inverse of the oil and gas, rather. Seems to be doing well. So we might get some news drop in the next half an hour. Let's see. It depends on the stock their user. Most often, yes, because the market views it as a dilution, and people want to maintain the stock value. So if a company is worth X and it's got Y million shares, and then they put out a secondary or tertiary offering, it doesn't actually increase the value of the company. Not until those shares have been bought up. The fundamental value of the company, rather. So the market very often looks at the offerings with is that it's diluting whoever's got your existing shareholding. It's diluting it. So if it's diluting it, then people want to get rid. So offerings do usually result in downwards price action. However, that being said, the market can be irrational sometimes and completely illogical. And I say this almost every day, is that don't try and second guess the market reaction. Trade the price action. Trade the reaction, don't try and guess it, because I've seen earnings reports, a company absolutely smash it on their earnings and take a nosedive in the stock price. The inverse also true. Absolutely catastrophically missed their earnings and rally on release. I've seen FDA news, really good catalyst, and we've seen that very recently, a good cancer catalyst and clinical trial results, and this stock sold off. Had a little bit of a pump on the news release, and then it sold off. The market can be irrational, and it can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. So trade the price action. Don't, from an intraday perspective, trade the price action. Don't try and second guess or anticipate the market. Okay, same thing. So Snow Lake Resource, just sideways, not really doing anything. 265. Got Fubo. Fubo breaking some highs. But 414s. Not huge volume, so it's not. There's no trade there yet. But it's certainly worth keeping an eye on if it continues to gain and garner some volume. So Fubo TV rises as Wedbush upgrades. So basically, it's moving up on analyst ratings upgrades. So Wedbush have upgraded Fubo TV to outperform. If you see anything that I'm not talking about, or if there's a stock you want me to take a look at and pass comment on, and that's all I'm going to be doing is passing comment. I'm not going to be giving stock picks or signals or anything like that. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't offer financial advice. But if you see something or you want me to take a look at something, let me know in the chat. Do you think after the sell-off yesterday, do you think we'll have a market bounce, or will we continue to sell off today? Or the last sell-off over the last 2 days? Let me know in the chat. What do you think? What direction are you thinking the market's going to take today? So Mike thinks we're going to continue to sell off. On a personal point of view, I'm not too worried about whether it sells off or whether it rallies, as long as it does something. It's just when it ranges sideways, it's so difficult to find opportunities to be profitable. Yeah, okay. It could rally a little bit. I'll be very surprised if we get to 362 today, Alex, but stranger things have happened. I mean, how much did we fall yesterday? We fell, what, $3 on the SPY yesterday? So do that again, 366. But the day before we went from, well, a good $10 we went down. I don't think we'll go down $10. $7 will be a bad day. Hey Luke. Fill the gap? I'm not sure we will. I think it's gapping down, but I see what you mean. Markets hate gaps and do like to fill them. You're absolutely right with that. The fact that it's been rejected at the VWAP this morning already on several occasions, the SPY, kind of doesn't fill me with a great deal of bullish confidence on the day. Luke Charles, to practice day trading, get onto TradingView. You can do a paper. I've got there's a tutorial on my YouTube about how to use TradingView for paper trading. So that's free. And if you want to do paper trading and practice trading, but you want it with live data, you can do it with TradingView, but you have to pay a small subscription fee for the live data. Any broker will allow you to open an account with them, and but again, they'll charge you data fees. So most real-time simulators will charge you a subscription, but if you want to try it for free, practice trading for free, TradingView. There's a link up for TradingView in the description there, Luke. I'm not too bad, Alistair. I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep a lot last night, so maybe that's why. Okay, so gapping down, Pat. What does gapping down mean? Let me show you exactly what we're talking about here. So let me zoom in here, and I'll move over here because we can see it. So here we've got a few gaps down. So this is the S&P 500, the Spider S&P 500 ETF. So this is on the daily chart. Okay. So here we've got some consolidation period, and there's no real gaps. What we're finding is the opening every day opens and it's within the previous day's price action until we get to here. So then we close here at the closing price here is 411.22. The next day the market opens at 409.34. So there's a $2 gap. It's gapped down $2. Okay. Then it moves all the way down and closes at 401.44, and then the following day it gaps down, which means there's a huge gap between one day's closing price and the next day's opening price. So it's closed on the 9th of June at 401.44, and it opens the day later on the 10th of June at 394.88, so $6 gap. So that's what a gap is. It's the price action. So what you tend to find is that during the out of hours session, the movements are not counted for the daily chart. And if it moves up and people are buying and selling in the out of hours session and the price moves up, you get a gap up. If it moves down, you get a gap down. So that's what a gap down is, Pat. Hope that makes sense. White lines. I don't want to talk about white lines. I might get kicked off TikTok if I start talking about white lines go into your mind. If you're of a certain age group, you'll know what I'm talking about there. No, but white lines, I don't know what you mean by white lines. We've got a white line here. I'm thinking this is what you're talking about. So this white line is the 200 exponential moving average. I've got the yellow line here, which might appear white on your screen, which is the 9 exponential moving average. And then I've got a pink line, which is the 20 exponential moving average. The blue line here is the volume weighted average price, the VWAP. correct. The 920 and 200 EMAs. I think they look white on the blame TikTok for that. It's the resolution. They look white, but they're not. They're actually pale blue, pink, and yellow. So. Okay, so the exponential moving average. So you've got two types of moving average. You've got the moving average, which is basically just the average price point across a selection of candles. So if you've got a 9 moving average, standard moving average, SMA, or just a 9 moving average, it's the previous 9 candles, the average price point across the board. And it's based on the closing price of the candles. Now, if you've got an exponential moving average, it's weighted to the candles that are closer to the current price action. Now, if you've got the volume weighted average price, the VWAP, it is a form of moving average, but it's weighted based on the amount of shares that are traded per candle. So if you have with regards to the VWAP, if you have more shares, and that's based on what you can see across the sorry, I just got distracted. That's based on what you can see across the chart as well, and the time frame on the chart. Yeah, Captain, you know, it's a quiet day for nothing to be moving. And, you know, sometimes it's better to just go back to bed and sit on your hands, or, you know, play with yourself instead of playing with the market. It's much more interesting. You know, if there's nothing moving, don't trade. Wait for a setup. Like I said, patience. If you're waiting till like 11 a.m. market time, that's 2 hours after the bell, and nothing's moved, then there's nothing wrong with having a zero trade day. And if you have a zero trade day, it means that you've not lost anything. You broke even, and a break even is not a bad day. It's not a red day. And most break even days where you have been trading are red days, when you actually factor in kind of transaction charges and the likes. But Fridays tend to be a little bit less volatile than most days of the week, a little quieter. But saying that, we only need one stock. That's all we need. One stock to move across the course of the day. If we can get 25, 30 cent move across the course of the day on one stock, a clean move, you can hit your goal. You can hit your goal across that.
I know the line once too some years, I know.
Where's the pints at tonight? Friday. Ah, a nice bottle of wine waiting for me. So Captain tells me he's on the sterling trader, Alistair. Good afternoon, Dave. Well, we got a little bit of a movement there, but it's low volume. Same thing. Silvercrest. Is it Silvercrest? It's LCR. Yeah, Silvercrest. The Silvercrest acquisition. We've got some movement on low volume, so you can't. If there's no volume, guys, don't trade it. If there's no volatility, don't trade it. So what I've been speaking to people on the Day Trade with Tony course more recently is about the average true range. People asking me, how do you know where to set your stops, and how do you know that you're going to get good moves? So a good thing is just put, if you're unsure, if you can't read that from your the candle price action, which as you get more experienced, it becomes kind of second nature, that you can see what the volatility of a stock is and what the range of a stock is and where the opportunities lie. But to start off with, if you just have your the average true range plotted as an indicator somewhere on your workstation, on your chart, it will give you an indication of whether it's going to be worth taking an intraday trade that you can actually make quick gains and quick profits on. Now, I'm not saying that you can't make money on low volume, low volatility stocks that are moving up steadily, for example. But do you really want to be sat at your screen watching something for 5-6 hours? The whole point of being a profitable day trader is it frees you up to do other things, you know. Nice one, Alistair. I know that feeling. I know that feeling. Congratulations, buddy. Went through that exact feeling a couple of months ago. Congratulations. I hear the beast, but I can't see her. Yeah, I can't actually. The other side of the sofa. The feeling, might take it to the vets next week. Which is the best platform to paper trade on? Well, the simple answer to that is whichever platform you plan to trade on. So if you're planning to trade on a live account with, I don't know, interactive brokers, and you're going to be using their trader workstation, then paper trade on trader workstation. The whole point of paper trading is it's building up muscle memory. It's practice. Now, if you're practicing on a platform that you're never going to use in the future, there's a whole muscle memory piece that's not in there. So if you're going to use Dash Trader Pro, practice on a Dash Trader Pro simulator account, whether that's from your broker, from DAS itself. If it's Sterling Trader, practice on a Sterling Trader simulator account. Whatever platform you intend on trading with your live account, practice on that one. That's what I would say is the best platform to paper trade on. If you don't have a brokerage account, you're just starting and you're just learning how to read charts, spot areas of support, resistance, windows of opportunity windows, etc. If you're just learning that, then there's nothing wrong with going to TradingView for free and using the paper trading functionality. There is a tutorial on YouTube for that very thing, where I'll go through how to initialize and enable your paper trading on TradingView. What I would caveat on that though, it's not the best platform, but it is it just gives you an early start, if you will, before you actually move on to a real platform. And it's not real data unless you subscribe to TradingView. So just starting off, I would say it's okay to do that. The idea there is you get to, you know, practice, you know, reading the charts, spotting the patterns, spotting the breakouts, entering, exit, you know, all of that kind of stuff. And if you can do that, then and be profitable and consistently profitable, then it might be worth investing in yourself and investing in a real-time simulator and doing it that way. More often than not, Anthony, the only time I buy market is usually on my stop losses, because when it's a stop loss, I want to exit as quickly as possible at the best possible price. Whereas most of the time, all my hotkeys and hot buttons are limit orders. And quite frankly, market orders won't execute during pre and post market anyway. So the out of hours sessions, you see me trading in the out of hours session, the pre-market here, then it has to be limit orders or it just won't execute. The whole point of a limit order is the order goes to the market makers, and then they will pair it up with the corresponding, you know, opposite side of that. And they will sometimes break it. So yesterday, for example, if you go back to my trade recap yesterday on the Sava trades that I did, there was a point there I put an order in for 2,500 shares. And the order went in for 2,500 shares, and I think I got 29 shares filled, and it almost went without. It came back and filled the rest. So sometimes you might go put an order in to buy 2,500 shares or sell 2,500 shares. The market makers may break it up into smaller chunks. So depending on what's available to them. So if there's nobody wanting to buy 2,500 shares in one chunk, you might break it up into chunks of 500 or whatever this is, 100, 500, 700, etc., etc. And until they get your order filled. And this is why sometimes you will get only a partial fill, because there wasn't enough liquidity to fill your order. That's why. It's been doing that quite a bit now. A couple of times since it started selling off. It came back about 8 o'clock, tried to move up to the VWAP and failed. And then, of course, some of that would have been algorithmic trades as well. It's just been rejected at the VWAP now. So just be careful if it's not moving up. So even this Silver Crest, is moved up 15% in the last 15 minutes. If you look at the chart, no, it hasn't. It's been up here at 850, 890 is what it's saying. So, which is up here. Somebody must have traded up there, and then it's gone back down to 764. So, Silvercrest is down on the day. It's not. There's nobody trading it. 40,000 shares traded across the whole day. Well, we've just had there's some news dropping. Evofem announced issuance of US patents covering FEXI composition matter. So Bristol Myers Squibb. So EVFM just had news drop. How's that affecting the price? It's not. Evofem Bioscience. Again, you can actually, as the news ticker scrolls, you can type in the ticker to see, okay, the news has just dropped. Is it affecting the price action? That's, some people do that. I prefer to wait for the market to decide whether it is going to have a sustained move or not. If you just trade the news, the initial reaction to the news, you might get faked out. So just be careful on that one. It's nice to see that once you see a good catalyst drop, that if you then see that hit the scanners, hit the signals, it has multiple highs in a row, then you might move across and look at the volume and see, is this something that I want to be getting involved in? You know, probably a lot of the time you're going to get faked out on just trying to trade the news drops. There's no strong moves at all at the moment. Oh, guys, help me out. Let's get the market moving. A little bit ATXI. Let's have a look at ATXI. Below the VWAP. Let's see. A lot of the mid caps and high cap stock will be down on right now. They may rally later in the day because of the big sell-off yesterday. So the likes of Microsoft, for example, is trying to rally. It's down on the day, but it's trying to rally. That's Microsoft. We're looking at AMD, similar kind of pattern. It's above the VWAP now, trying to rally. We look at Tesla, down below the VWAP, now above it. Well, just about to break the VWAP downwards. So, but it's trying to rally, trying to get back up because of the huge sell-off, the market sell-off. When the market sells off like that, it does tend to impact the larger cap stocks the most. The small cap stocks tend to be more, they'll trade with the market as a whole, but the ones, there's always something counter-trending. And what you find is the large cap stocks tend to mirror the action on the market, whereas the low float, low cap stocks will, if they don't have a catalyst, they won't mirror the action in terms of price action across the day, but they will mirror the trend. I've never had an issue where they've not sold on the way up. I've had an issue where they've not sold on the way down, and the reason for that is that if you're selling at a certain price, even at a limit price, it's on its way up. If it goes above that price, if you're selling below that price, you're going to get filled. It's quite simple. If you've got a limit order in there that says I need to be selling at no less than X, when it goes above X, X plus 2, X plus 3, you're still selling at X plus whatever you can get, the best possible price. So you shouldn't ever get stuck in a small cap that's moving up trying to sell and take profits. Where you get stuck trying to sell is when it's moving down. Yeah, well, we still get that. We're just not. Maybe I don't know what it was, how volatile the markets were when while I was on my break, but certainly since I've come back, it's been very difficult and choppy. We've not had the runners. Well, if it's not a direct, it's remind me, trading 212, are they a zero commission broker? I can't recall if they're zero commissions or not. If basically if you're not paying commissions with your broker, that means that you are the product, not the thing. Which means that one, it's going payment for order flow, so they'll be routing your order to whichever market maker gives them the best kickback. Two, you'll be getting worse spreads, and because it's going through third parties as well, you'll be getting slower executions, so you're more likely to get slippage. So if you're not paying commission, if you're a zero commission broker, that's the trade-off that you have to suffer for those zero commissions. Yeah, that's what I thought with 212. So their executions, what you find is the spreads that you'll see on my platform will be narrower than what you get from 212, and the execution times will definitely, because mine's direct to market, so 212 will go through their own market maker. So you'll be going through 212, who will then go through their own market maker, who then may go to market. So there's multiple nodes in the execution. What do I think of lithium? Not enough volume at the moment, Lexter. Got rejected at the VWAP. It's moving up steadily, but there's not enough volume for me to consider trading this right now. After the bell, it may change, but I mean, it's a decent catalyst, interesting catalyst. It's trying to get over the VWAP at the second attempt here now. It's Sava moving again. No, selling off. Which comes as no surprise. It's extremely extended over the last 3 days. So this probably wouldn't surprise me if it sells off today, gets back down below 40s, maybe even down towards 35. But who am I to say? I'm just the fat bloke on the internet with an opinion. So if the market comes in, it might just be consolidating and rally again like it did yesterday, reach the highs again. $4 million volume, not enough volume. It's got to be relative, Lexter. So when you look at the volume candles, so right now we just got a big volume candle there. It's all relative. You can have 4 million volume across the course of the day, which is fine. But if it all happens at 6 a.m. in the morning and you get 3.5 million shares traded at 6 a.m. in the morning, and then the rest of the day it's only trading like 10,000 shares a minute. No, it's low volume. There's not enough volume there. So, quite frankly, it's all relative.
Here they come.
You just look at this. Why you have the histogram at the bottom? We had this 9 o'clock spike in terms of volume, just tipped 100,000 shares. We've got another one here because it hit the VWAP and rejected for the second time at the VWAP. We've got what I affectionately call devil horns here, which this would be, if I was trading this, an exit indicator. You've got the two long up wicks, both rejecting at the VWAP, that would signal a potential reversal and a move back down. I'm not saying it's not going to rally later, but I will be out of this here. This is a you've got a minor exit indicator there, but when you get the consolidation, you get another exit indicator there. That's known as the devil horns. That's usually an indicator for me to get out. Usually comes as a precursor to a reversal move. Yeah, absolutely, Captain. SEC are not going to stop payment for order flow, at least not now. They did leave the door open to reviewing it again in the future, but that's why Robin Hood pumped yesterday. Is that they make them a whole bunch of their money on payment for order flow, and as a result, they were one of the first ones to bring in zero commissions into North America, zero commission trading, and that's how they did it, was payment for order flow. And the SEC saying that they're going to continue to allow it, even though they recognise that it's kind of gives an edge to the market makers as opposed to the retail traders. Hey beginner, good to see you back. You've got to take into account it's a good question actually, because if you've got a big momentum candle, a big volume candle that's red, it depends on the size of the candle. If it's a small candle or even a doji, a small red doji, then you've got indecision, but you've got a lot of people trading it. So you've got to take multiple factors with the price action as you're trading it. The size of the candle, the size of the volume candle. If you're getting a big green volume candle and it's moving upwards, great, fantastic. If you're getting a big red candle that's moving down, if you're shorting it, great. If you're long, it's not what you want to see. Oh, it's probably your side there, Dan. Nobody else has complained, but it might not be. Did anybody else have any issues with YouTube just going down there and then? So Snow Lake's just made a bit of a pump. We're getting, see that what I'm talking about, the volume candle here, Lexter. So we've got this huge volume. It's twice the size of any previous volume candle. So we're looking at volume. We broke above the VWAP. That's a good bullish sign. Now what we want to see is continuation. We want to see a continued move. We want to be looking at the level 2 and the time and sales moving quickly, and that gives an indication of strength as we move back up. Now you don't want to be chasing the highs. You want to look for the move up. Yeah, I think it was Dan. I think you're probably watching on a dodgy machine or something. Got gremlins. I would have been out of this if I'd got in, for example, here. I would have been out of this trade because of these the devil horns here. Not 100% effective. No pattern is. As you can see here, on the third attempt, it moved up and broke the VWAP on the third attempt, and it did so on this volume here. Huge volume. It got rejected, and then the volume came in as it broke the VWAP and moved up, and that was a good 10-cent move, 12-cent move. If you like these low price stocks, that's one worth watching. It looks like it's a decent catalyst. I did call that out on the Discord earlier today. It is now the top gapper. Still, it's below my floor, so that's why I'm not trading it. I tend, if I'm sticking to my strategy, which I'm trying to be disciplined and do, I try not to go below $3 in terms of the stocks that I trade. And I know I miss a lot of stocks by having that flaw in my strategy. I know I miss a lot of moves, or I miss a percentage of a lot of moves. Something might start at 180, and move all the way up to like $7, and I'll catch it from $3, $3.20 or whatever, and only get half the move. I know I do that, but it works for me. So I'm not saying. So they have got one upwick, a doji, another upwick. So I've got the devil horns with a doji head. That would worry me. Maybe a pullback to the VWAP, test the VWAP. EVFM, I looked at that earlier, but EVFM, I'm not getting that. What market's that on? I think that's probably OTC markets. Gold is an ETF, AOLD, and I don't trade ETFs, futures, indices, that kind of things. I look at them, but I won't trade them because they're a derivative. And if you get a catalyst on a particular stock, it may impact the derivative, but the derivative isn't going to rally on the back of that catalyst. So that's why I don't trade ETFs. You're not going to get a singular catalyst on an ETF moving, so that causes an ETF to move. It's usually based on sector volatility that causes an ETF move, like the likes of KOLD and the likes. So we've got electro battery. What you'll find with Silver Lake making so going back to what I was saying about gold being an ETF and moving up. So Silver Lake's got a decent catalyst. They've got a partnership with LG with regards to the licensing agreement, etc. So they've got a decent catalyst. Now that sector, you may get sympathy moves from other stocks in that same sector. So in the battery supply and the likes that will move up in sympathy, which then could cause ETFs that are based on that sector to move up. What won't happen is if just one has a catalyst, like the bioscience, one stock has an FDA approval and shoots up 800%. If nothing else moves up with it, then if that's contained within an ETF, it's only going to make a small impact to the wider portfolio. Yeah, if it's no volume, there's no trade there, Steve. As far as I'm concerned. Thanks, Yusuf. Appreciate that. I did look at Spro sideways, you know, consolidating chop really just above yesterday's closing price, 227. It's tried the view up a couple of times, been rejected. No volume. I'm just gonna wait. If I don't trade today, if I have a zero trade day, do you know what? I'm okay with that. I'll just sit on my hands, and then we'll go at it next week, and maybe put in if we can get a cushion on the early next week, we'll put in a couple of big swings Thursday and Friday, for example, if we can. Okay, we've got 6 minutes, just under 6 minutes to the bell. So I just broke above the VWAP. I'll take a look at Avenue Therapeutics. Let's have a quick look at the catalyst here while we're waiting for a consolidation pullback for an entry maybe. Okay. Avenue Therapeutics announces reverse stock split regulatory update for lead its paying candidate. What? Yeah, 15 to 1. That's why it gapped up. 15 to 1 stock split. It actually sold off after the stock split at 15 to 1 stock split, and now it's moving up again. So this is ATXI, Avenue Therapeutics. It's kind of bouncing after its sell-off, after its stock split. Yeah, I mean, you always get that when the market's plummeting the way it has over the last few days. You're always going to get the inverse ETFs, you know, the short triple Qs and things like that. You're always going to get them moving around. It's like the you know, trade the VIX, because you know you're going to get an increase in the fear index. So didn't hold the VWAP at the moment. Rejected at $0.75. Didn't hold the VWAP. Not really something that I can get behind at this moment in time. Well, doesn't Powell have his say again today at some stage? Some kind of speech. Let me just find out where he's talking and when. Yeah, so it's today. I just don't know what time it is. So 2 p.m. it looks like. We had the FOMC statement and Powell's long, rambling press conference only on Wednesday. I think that's probably one of the best descriptions of that, because we all sat here and watched it. I came on and streamed it live, and it was horrific. The guy who did so much rambling and waffling, and I called that out as well. It's like it was as if he didn't know what he was talking about. Yeah, so it's they're going to be there's a conference from 2 p.m. market time. It's called the Fed Listens Transitioning to the Post-Pandemic Economy event. So I don't know what marks he's going to make that are any different to what he did on Wednesday. But hey, look, just bear in mind if you're trading this afternoon, towards the last couple of hours of the day, that he and a few others will be speaking at that event from 2 p.m. onwards. It might not make big impacts, but it could have some impact, so just be wary of that. Well, we've got a minute left. I'm going to change the scanners over because I'm bored looking at nothing. So I'd rather literally look at nothing. And then go for a bio break before the bell rings. Be back in just a moment. To get rejected at the view up. That's the worry here. So, which it just did. Confirmation. Good luck, Kareem. I hope it moons for you. For us. Here we go. Yeah, I'm thinking about the same myself there, Kareem. This is what it did yesterday as well. Up, down, like a bride's night gown. Only 2,500 shares. I'm not going risky just yet. I want to build a cushion first, or limit my losses first. I don't want to. Stupid fly. Don't want to be just swinging for the fences right away. I'd rather just try and build something up as it moves, assuming it moves up, and then I can take a larger size a little bit later. Needs to get above the VWAP and hold. What else is moving? Anything whilst we're in this? Well, the Queen passing away wouldn't have much effect on the economy. The head of state, but she has no real political power. She's not a that kind of monarch officially. However, it may affect the tourist industry. A lot of people came to the UK to see the Queen's residences and maybe see the Queen or whatever it is, and quite frankly, they'll have to go to a cemetery to do that now. Nobody really wants to see Charlie and his horse. And who wants to see Charlie and his horse? I mean, come on. I think what will probably happen is people will start taking an interest in the royals again once Billy takes the throne. That's just my opinion. The meanderings of a weirdo a fat bloke on the internet, like I've said before. Oh God, can you imagine Charlie's face on a tenner? Oh no, thank you. Don't want to see his face on a 50p coin, let alone a tenner. Guy irritates me. And as for Randy Andy, I mean, that guy ought to be locked up. Yeah, that's what we're saying. You know, if Billy takes the throne, then I think people will start getting behind the royals again once Billy takes the throne. HHGC, it's moving up, but it's not moving up huge amounts at the moment. I want to see this break. We've got an opening range here on the 5 minute opening range of 41.90 is the high. So we I see 42 breaking here, at least. Target 43.
Unbelievable.
Spreads on this make it more difficult to manage your risk. That's the problem, and I don't want that to be a double top at 42. I'm just being conscious of the fact that I did get below this candle here, 39. ATXI halted, I believe. It halted down. No, it's halted up. A big sell-off before the market on Cassava, and we're kind of on the 5 minute. We're getting this inverse head and shoulders type pattern. So if we get above 42, this could go back up towards 45 and be possibly even up to test the highs. But I would say if we can get above 42, I may look for a target 43 before take profit, and then potentially 45. Inverse head and shoulders looking. I'd like that to break out. Finally in the green on this one. So take profit at 43. Make some profit at 43. Spreads are still kind of 20-25 cents. Calm down, Kareem. You don't want to give it the jinx. Still waiting for it to break 42 to have that inverse head and shoulders breakout. Got the right now flat top resistance of 42. Once it breaks that, that's the upwards momentum. Thing is with Cassava, when it moves, it does tend to move slowly. Yesterday it moved, it was very nice the way it moved yesterday, but it was slow. It was nice and clean. And the spreads are always a bit rangy. All right, okay, so let's test 42 again. So what's the highs so far on of the day? We're talking 41.94 is the current highs. $15 in, and we've just HXGC was moving up, is now halted down. Cheers, Bob. Bear it in mind. In fact, I'll put that on here. Just I'm not liking that action, but ARBP halted up, then halted down. There is volatility on the market, that's for sure. ATXI trying to move up. Yeah, it's filled that gap. It halted up, then gapped up, then pulled back and filled the gap into a halt. It looks like that's 57 cents, so way below what I trade. But if you like it, can we break that $42 level now? Okay, so current high of day is 42. Just tapped it again. It's not huge. I wouldn't say there's a huge wall at 42 either. There we go, 42 again. Let's get above it. Oh, rejected. 42.16 is the new high of day. There you go, I'll put that on there. VCT, bit of action, 39 cents. If you like that kind of thing, Venka, like the penny stocks. I'll just set my stop at break even now. While I'm waiting for that. Now, when you say, can I check gold, be a bit more specific. Do you want the gold, Barrick gold, which is, you know, on the New York Stock Exchange, or are you looking for overall futures? I'll take a look at Barrick gold for you, whilst this is moving up. Barrick gold is 1456. If you're looking at the price of gold in terms of per ounce, they were talking $1,600. $1,647 is what it's at the moment per ounce. Let's move my stop up to 4150. Probably not a good idea to put my stop up at 4150, but I just want a bit of profit on this, even if it pulls all the way back. Still looking for 43. My charts show the buy price candles or the sell price candles. I'm not sure what you mean by that. The charts are showing all the candles. Red and green up there. You can see that. So Snow Lake is up 280. It's not reached that pre-market high yet of 290. It looked like it might get back over $3, but look, it could well do. Watch for 290. The pre-market high here. Well, it's not the pre-market high. It's this resistance level here of 289. So 290 is going to be a key level there. We got stopped out on Cassava. $600. It's not, first trade is green, and that's a good thing. So our first trade of the day is green. Yes, it took 20 minutes to get green, but it's green. 600. The price I see is at the okay. So this is the transaction price. Okay, whatever it's buying or selling at. What you're talking about is the bid price. So that's what you're seeing on the chart here, and the highlighted. This is the actual price that the transaction goes through at. Now, what you get is the bid and the ask price. If you look at, you can't see it on. I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll open this up if I can. You might be able to see the. So you've got the bid and ask there. You see that? You've got bid and ask. So that's the buy and sell price, or sell and buy price. Does that make sense, Fuzzy? I'll leave that there for you. Cassava making moves back up again. Where did I get stopped out? Oh yeah, it made 43 and I got stopped out below that. So you happy you say, Captain? Yeah, I was looking for 43. I might just get back in. It's looking good. Looking for an entry though. Get green and get out, Captain. Absolutely. That was not a good fill for the break of the $0.50. Have a good weekend, mate. Have a good weekend. This candle 42. I don't do Friday power hours, Alistair. I thought you knew that. All right, okay. Well, that makes sense. They've been absolutely, that England team has been absolutely woeful over the last couple of games. Horrible, horrible. Nice one, Fuzzy. Always good to be green. Well, he was born in Leeds, so he is eligible. He is eligible. Looking for 44 on the bid. Rough. 94, 43.94 on the ask, but we're looking for 44 on the bid. So that basically means 44.25 on the ask, ish, give or take. There we go. Okay, so we're £2,000 up on the day. That's good, a good start to the day. Slow going, but what are we going to do? Oh, Spro seems to be making moves up as well. How long have I been trading? Been trading a couple of years now, a few years now. So kind of a forced into it from the pandemic point of view. Let's have a look. EVTL, you say? EVTL. Yeah, that's moved up nicely. The volume's not great though. Just be careful with that. And the spreads are kind of ranging between 5 and 10 cents. So just be careful with EVTL, vertical aerospace. Just check, manage your risk by you've got to take into account the spreads on the risk. Oh, I've got out here up at 44, and I'm thinking this might be due a pullback in the reversal indicators there. So I'm just gonna. We've not had a red candle on the 5 minutes, so we're getting one now. It's understandable. So the high of this one candle on the 5 minute is 44.26. Come back to that. What else is moving? There's not a huge amount of volatility today. There's not a huge amount moving. I mean, if you look at the overall gainers, EVTL is the biggest one. Vertical aerospace is the biggest one at 20%. Then we've got Snow Lake. So we're not getting those big movers, kind of 40, 50, 60% movers, the parabolic movers that we like to see. That might happen later. I mean, we've got a 2K cushion, $2,000 in the space of half an hour. Not a bad return. If you can do $2,000 in half an hour, just think how you can do that across. If you could consistently do that, that's four grand an hour. You'd only have to work 1 day a week, and you'd be absolutely, footballer salaried. Yeah, I do, Chesney. If I'm being honest, I think Grealish should have stayed loyal to Ireland. The fact that he's a Brummie is irrelevant. If he didn't want to play for Ireland, he should never have gone and played for Ireland in the first instance. I get he wants to play at the top level, and Ireland isn't exactly the top level at the moment. But both Declan Rice and Grealish, they shouldn't have played for Ireland in the first place if they wanted to play for England. I mean, if you believe you're good enough, then back yourself. On the 2 minute time frame, I'm zooming in on the 2 minute. Sava, we're looking at a potential 44.26. Yeah, 44.26. Current high of day is 44.62. So needs to break 44, and then we might look at it again. Ideally, the quarter dollar after it breaks 44. Rather than, I don't want to get I don't want to get faked out on any type of move that doesn't hold. What's happening with Tellurian? Halted? Oh, news pending. That's why that halted. It's the other version of Tellurian. Ape stock moved up. Can't believe Ape is at like $3. What was it when it opened up last month? It opened up at $6, did it? Yeah, $6.95. What about AMC? AMC's just not looking strong either. The worst thing that happened to AMC is the release of that dividend. Forge 228. It's not really what I'm looking for. Okay, so the markets are a bit stagnant today, guys. If I have to, I'll be taking the $2,000 I'm running today, right now. Hopefully, we'll get something moving in the next half an hour so I can trade it, or I'll take the dog for a walk and come back, maybe look at the lunchtime news drops, see if we get anything else. Let me know how you're getting on in if you've been trading today, guys. Where are you? Actually, 5,000 likes. Would Hairy Beast like a treat? Come on, Hairy Beast. Got to stand up for this one, though. Here you go. Got this. Come on. What's the matter with you? You're walking very gingerly. Oh, here you go. Well, stand up for it. Stand up for it. You know you want to. You've got to stand up for it. You've all paid good like money for this. Come on. Up. Lazy. But wag your tail and look at me. You're lazy. Stand up for it. You're being lazy. Why are you not standing up for it, yeah? Yeah, I think you're not. I think you're a bit unwell, actually. Don't take it. Take it then. If you want it, take it. Not like you to refuse a treat. There you go. Yeah, she's got a bit of a warm nose. I think she's under the weather a bit. We'll see how she gets on over the weekend, and if anything might call for a vet's visit on Monday. We'll see. Learning how to trade. Marcia, well, you've come to the right place. Just perhaps not on the right day. Yeah, decent day not to trade today. There's not a lot of movement at all. Certainly not at levels that I'm looking for. Well, oh, by the way, guys, if you didn't tune in yesterday, what I'll do is I'll cover that now while I'm waiting for something to break out. Where are we? Okay, so I'll pull this across down here, and I will push that up there. Okay, so let's have a look at, so this is my face, and what I will show you now is go into my link tree. What's so exciting? What's so exciting about the? So go into my link tree, go into my profile. You see the link that's in my profile, the link tree, TikTok trader, because that's who I am. I'm the TikTok trader. If you get the splash screen, click through it anyway, and you get this. The reason I'm coming to this now, I just want to talk to you about the World Series of Day Trading. A few people that didn't manage to make it to the evening stream yesterday, I mentioned it on stream today, and there was quite a few people that were interested in taking part in the World Series of Day Trading. If you click this first link in my link tree, if you're on YouTube, it's the first link in the description. Check it out for free. For free. You know you want to. Now go and register. Go and check this link out. It's the World Series of Day Trading. I've taken part in the last two. It's a really good event. The rules of the event are that they will give you, if you register now, you'll get vetted whether you qualify or not. There are certain geographic restrictions on it, but if you're in the UK, you're fine. If you're in Europe, you should be fine. There are certain geographic restrictions on it. You get a 240,000 demo account, so paper trading account, if you will, to trade for over the course of seven days. Now, on that, the caveat is you must trade at least 4 days. There is a maximum cumulative drawdown. What that means is that the most you can lose is $10,000. So if you start with $10,000, you start with $240,000. And if you lose $10,000 on day one, you're eliminated from the competition. Now, you've not lost anything because it's free to enter anyway, but it means you're eliminated from the competition. If you make $20,000 on day one, and then on day two you lose $10,000, whilst it's a $10,000 drawdown, it's not cumulative. You're cumulatively break even. So you're not eliminated, and you go on day three and try and recover that drawdown and go on to make big gains. So this is the World Series of day trading. If you're new to trading, it's a great way to get started with zero risk and just try your hand. Find out, is this something that I'd be interested in? They will give you the platform or access to their platform. I think they give you a day before it starts. It starts on the Tuesday. You'll get access to it on the Monday. If you're in the Day Trade with Tony Discord, so all Day Trade with Tony students will have a conversation outside of the live stream or on YouTube and TikTok and Twitch and etc. We'll have a conversation in the Discord, and we'll help each other to get prepared for the World Series of Day Trading ahead of time on that Monday, the 17th. So yeah, go and check out the World Series of Day Trading. The prizes, there's over 100 prizes, so the top 100 profitable traders that take part will be in the prize money. And I say prize money, there's various different prizes. A prize pool of over 50k. Now, TradeNet are partnering on this, so part of the prize money is you get a funded account. So they will fund you an account to trade on a live account where you can consistently go into the markets and trade on a profit share basis on someone else's money for free. So if you register this for free, you can do that for free. Of course, TradeNet's great. You can access their education as part of that those winnings as well. I'll talk a little bit more about TradeNet another time, and I've got another call with them next week about partnering up with them as an alternative education provider for trading. If you don't want to learn from me, or if you don't want to take the Day Trade with Tony course and don't want to learn from me, and you want to get access to prop funding, so prop firm, TradeNet can actually do that. So they will help you with the education. Our packages from I think $350 upwards, where you can buy into an education package, and if you pass all the criteria, you can get funded on a live account up to $14,000. And again, profit share basis going forward. So check out the World Series of Day Trading. While I've got you here, may as well cover things off. Doesn't seem to be much moving on the markets. Yeah. So if you want to reach out to me directly, my email's here on the link tree. It's Tony at hustle-with-tony.com. If you don't have access to it, by all means, email me directly. I'm happy to answer any questions or whatever, or reach out to me on the socials. Leave me a message on YouTube or whatever. If you want to learn from me directly with my mentorship, and I think that's a big thing, is the mentorship, access to the Day Trade with Tony private Discord as well. Check out the link here. It's Day Trade with Tony. How do I find stocks to trade? Well, I've been looking at it. There's not many to trade today, but Benzing, it's now used to be the second link down. It's now the third link down. These links are in the description on YouTube, but they're also in the link tree on TikTok, and they're also in the description on ShareVision. If you want to take a look at TraderView, I've got my statistics here before today. So I'm 2K up. We can add 2K to this. What's the reports looking like right now? Detailed reports on the year. So on the year, we're pretty much, we're now 900k, so we're on target. We've completed the goal for September with a week left, based on adding 2k to this number gross. So we're looking, my gross target per month is $100,000 per month gross. So we were 898, just over 898. The 2,000 from today will take that to 900k. September's the 9th month of the year, so I should be 900,000. So I'm bang on target there. My average daily gain is 5,200, and whilst I'm not quite there yet today, who knows? I might just be walking away with a 2k day, which is not a bad day by any stretch of the imagination. It's just not at my daily goal. So check out TraderView. If I look at September as a whole right now, and here we go. So September, we're 20k up, 22k, 22,500 up on the month in terms of gross profit. So we're kind of half the daily goal at the moment. Today's gains are pretty much in line with that. September's proving to be a little bit more difficult than I anticipated. If I look at the win-loss expectation, the ratios for September, why is that? Well, quite frankly, it's the win-loss comparison. I've made almost as many. I've lost 60k and I've only made 80, so that's a 3-to-2 ratio there. The trade accuracy is not too bad. It's not great, but it's not too bad. Again, it's a 3-to-2 situation there, 60% to 40%, 3-to-2. I can improve on that. We've still got time. I've only been trading for a little over a week in September. If we look at the overview for September calendar, we can see had the big drawdown last week, or this week on Wednesday. We managed to make half of that back yesterday, so we're green on the week at least. We've still not made the full drawdown back yet, so we've got another 7k drawdown to cover before we're back at the highs. But we're green on the week, we're green on the month, and we're at goal for the year to date. So that's essentially where we are. And for those of you that are still on the chat and I haven't bored to tears with that, let's get back to seeing what's moving. Any questions? Where is it on TikTok? If you go into my if you go into my profile, click on my face, go into my profile and click on the link. It says Linktree TikTok Trader. It's the top link, right at the top of my profile. You can't miss it. And if you go in that, go through this. If it shows a splash screen, very often it doesn't. But go through that. The top link is for the World Series of day trading. Okay, so go check it out. Go get yourself registered. There's a lead time up to that. So you want to be registered ahead of that week of the competition. They will then send you the link to download the software and get access to the software on the Monday. You can trade on Monday with a paper trading account, which will be reset ahead of time in pre-market on Tuesday. Now, I would also caveat that the World Series of day trading is not pre-market and post-market. It's from the bell to the close. So you've got 7 days from the bell to the close each day of trading, and the person that makes the most profit ends up winning. What I would also say is, just because you've got almost $250,000 worth of equity, don't go swinging for the fences from day one. Build yourself up a cushion. What I saw last time out was that the people that were swinging for the fences, we had a few people that made big gains in days 1 and 2 and were up on the leaderboard, and they've been eliminated by day 5. So just bear that in mind. If you make big swings, you're going to make big losses ultimately, and I'm testament to that on my own account. So if you're going to get eliminated, if you get to 10k drawdown, that's really not what you want to be doing. So yeah, go and register for the day trade with Tony course if you want to learn, and go and register with the World Series of day trading if you want to try. That's the best way of describing it. Okay, Well, Jobby, that's great news. Green on the day, the week, and now the month. Excellent. Good stuff. Patience is the key, mate. Patience is the key. There will be a leaderboard, Fuzzy, absolutely. So you can check out my performance on there as well. If you're in the day trade with Tony, Discord, what we might do, if there's enough appetite for it, is have our own internal competition and see if who the best trader in the day trade with Tony community actually is. And we can come on here and have that conversation on live on stream and say, okay, where are we currently on the leaderboard, and do it that way at the end of each day. It's a good. It's just a bit of good fun, and it allows you to test your skills against other, competent traders. Now, to be fair, there's a lot of incompetent traders do take part in the World Series. If you think about the World Series of Poker, the same thing applies. So some of the best poker players go and play the World Series of Poker, but you always get a whole bunch of idiots going in there, what they call fish, going in there that haven't a clue. They just want to test the metal. The same thing will apply with the World Series of day trading as well. My advice, if you want my advice, if you're on the Discord, you'll get it anyway. Is to build up a cushion, scale into the competition. Only start taking once you've built up a cushion, you're able to then take bigger swings and gradually increase your position size over the course of the competition. And also, don't limit yourself to the smallest. You've got a $250,000 equity position. Don't limit yourself to the small penny stocks that I trade on a daily basis. You can look at, do a bit of research ahead of that week. Is there going to be any earnings coming out? Is there going to be any catalysts on the larger cap stocks for big moves on the larger cap stocks where you're going to get big profits if you go in there? If you can take, 10,000 shares of Amazon, and Amazon moves up 3%, you're going to make big money. The World Series of day trading is purely equities. No forex, no futures, no ETFs. It's common stock is what it is. Have I got any trades on at the moment? No, I'm waiting for something to set up there. Sunad Cat. We're finishing this session 2,000 up, so maybe we're finishing green on as it stands right now. I'll probably end the stream now. Take this dog for a walk. She doesn't seem herself today for whatever reason, so it might be a quick one, and I'll come back and take a look later. There's nothing really moving that I'm really feeling is looking attractive to me right now. If this gets above $3, I might dip in if it continues. But right now, there's not a lot moving. It's a very quiet day. No big gappers, no big movers on the day today in terms of going long. Let's have a quick look at shorting the market. Big losers today. There's some huge, again, 20% tends to be where we're at. So there's no big, no huge losers. ATXI is the biggest loser, but apart from that, Silvercrest, there's not a lot of big losers either. So in terms of looking for a reversal, looking for something that's extended, looking for trading a couple of different strategies, I might look at that, see if we're getting any continuation. What happened with Sava? Did we sell off? Yeah, we just continued selling off, and a little bit of a pop, but that looks to be done for now. Maybe if we get back over 43.50, I might take another look at it if this kind of turns out to be a double bottom type setup, an even eve. Okay, I'm going to end the stream, guys. I won't be trading for I won't be back streaming for Power Hour tonight. It's Friday. I do have a life as well, and I like my Friday evenings with a bottle of wine or with friends. So I won't be streaming tonight, but I will be back at it on Monday, 90 minutes before the market opens. Any further trades I take today, I will record just for posterity's sake, and I will post them on YouTube a little bit later as part of the trade recaps that I do on a daily basis. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, just jump across there and hustle with Tony. Just jump across there, subscribe, and you'll get to hit the notification bell as well. You get notified when I drop a new video. So I do drop educational content on there. I drop videos on there every day. So I recap my trading day, whether it's red, green, or indifferent. And there's a whole bunch of tutorials on there as well. In fact, the Day Trade with Tony course, the first lesson is you can watch it free on the YouTube channel. So if you've not already, jump across there and subscribe to that YouTube channel, and you'll get notified when I drop the trade recaps each day, and also when I'm going live. So in the meantime, enjoy your weekends, guys. I appreciate you turning up to watch me waffle about the markets every day, and I'll be back at it on Monday. I'll see you then. Take care.